Do you find it difficult to study at home? Do you find it hard to overcome laziness and sit down at your desk? Do you intend to do it, but then you find yourself faced with endless distractions that are much more appetizing? Or maybe you don't know how to tackle the study session. What do I do? Where do I start? How long will it take? In the end, it's easier if you have someone to pull you along, but you can't always study with your friends, plus you often end up doing everything but studying. And signing up for an academy, which a priori seems more effective, may be a bit expensive. In short, studying at home can become a real odyssey. Stay until the end of the video and you will know how to overcome all these problems. If you find it useful, don't hesitate, subscribe. Today I will give you the 7 keys to make studying at home easy and effective. Let's get started. The first one. Choose the right place to study. Since we were children we have had to study or do homework at home, and, now that we are as we are, I don't need to give more details. Not going to a classroom every day has become normal. Enrollment in online education has skyrocketed. In many cases, face-to-face classes alternate with online classes, and in one way or another, many people study exclusively remotely. Consequently, much of the time you spend studying you will be doing it from home, so the room you choose to do it is of utmost importance. A dark, poorly ventilated, poorly conditioned and noisy room can negatively affect your performance. True, your roommates or family may not be the quietest people in the world. In this case, find the times of day when you know it is quietest, or let them know that you are going to study and need a quiet environment. I recommend that you avoid the kitchen, especially if you are easily tempted to snack. You'll be thinking more about the contents of the fridge than the contents of the textbook. The couch and the bed are not good study partners either. You will feel too comfortable and run the risk of falling into the abyss of sleep. It is time to learn, not to take a nap. At best it will only affect your work pace, causing you to make slower progress. But that, too, is not desirable. If you want your study time to be more effective, place yourself in a ventilated room, where the air can flow, properly conditioned for study and protected from noise. Decide which subjects to approach, the order and that they are similar. Starting your study session without even knowing what subject you are going to study is a bad habit that will only waste your time. Decide in advance what subject you are going to study. You can do this a while before, or schedule it the night before. If you are going to study more than one, decide what they will be and the order in which you will do it, in order to avoid that, when the time comes, you will have doubts about which one to start with. In this case, if you want to tackle more than one subject per day, I recommend that you put them together in groups of 2. In order to avoid a long study time and to better focus and retain what you have learned in each one of them. In addition, you should group them according to their similarity. It will be easier for you to move from one subject to another similar one, than to another with which it has nothing to do. And you will avoid ending the day with the feeling of having faced a potpourri of information. Decide how long you are going to study. Set a start time and an end time. Knowing how much time you are going to spend studying will help you stay motivated and face the session with more energy. On the contrary, if you do not know when you are going to finish, you will tend to feel tempted to stop and quit when you are already tired, or you will work more slowly and will extend the duration of your session to do exactly the same thing you would do in less time. Consequently, you would be squandering efficiency and throwing away your free time. For this same reason, prioritize short sessions over long ones. It is preferable that you study for 1 or 2 hours, rather than spend a whole afternoon or evening studying. Deciding how long your study session will last will make it easier for you to organize yourself and give you more time for yourself. Decide what you are going to do and set a goal. A little while ago I told you that the night before or before you start, you have to decide what subjects you are going to study. Well, you also have to decide what you are going to do specifically, in what order and how much progress you are going to make. This way you will avoid the problem of not knowing where to start. You will do this by specifying an objective that you will have to achieve in your study day. Study a topic, study X sections, do an amount of exercises, etc. If you have a defined objective, you will know how well you are making the most of your study sessions. You will stay motivated. The fact of marking and checking the goals you achieve can give you that satisfaction and positive energy you need to keep studying, and, as you progress, you will be more aware of how little is left to finish for today. Plus, you'll be able to measure your progress in each subject. Have everything prepared. If it is at night when you plan your study for the next day, leave everything prepared on the table before going to sleep. The textbook, the notebook, the pens, the computer. In short, the material that corresponds to the subject or subjects you have chosen. If you need to take any of these things to class, prepare your desk as soon as you get home. On the one hand, it saves you time. You can start studying right away instead of running around looking for things and tidying everything up. On the other hand, it's more psychological. Avoiding the pre-session dilly-dallying reduces the likelihood that you'll be overcome by laziness before you even start. Keep distractions away. This is perhaps the most common problem. Nowhere more than at home do you have so many distractions per square meter. It's relatively easy to get down to studying if you have absolutely nothing better to do and nothing else around you that calls out to you. At home, however, the opposite is true. You sit down to study and, suddenly, the bed seems more appetizing than ever. You remember to continue that series you like so much, you get lost with your cell phone or decide you'd rather spend the time playing the play, and you'll do that studying, you'll do it later. There is no better solution against distractions than not exposing yourself to them. Put them all away, hide the consoles, turn off the internet if you don't need it, put your cell phone on airplane mode or put it far away from you. Anything that can divert your attention from studying, put it away. Have a bottle of water with you. It may seem the least useful, but it has its importance, not only because of how necessary good hydration is for performance, but also because thirst can become a distracting element. There's no better excuse to get up from your desk than to go to the kitchen for a drink. So have a bottle of water that you can reach for when you feel thirsty. Apply these 7 tips and studying from home will never be a problem again. You will overcome laziness, you will overcome distractions, you will know where to start and when to finish, you will raise your concentration, you will be better organized, you will get more out of every minute, you will save many hours of useless studying, you will have more free time every day, and you will save the money of an academy. In short, study in the right place. Decide which subjects to study and choose subjects that are similar. Stipulate how long you are going to study. Decide what you are going to do and set a goal for each session. Prepare all materials in advance. Keep distractions away. Have a bottle of water with you. Do you already follow any of these tips and did you find this video useful? If so, I have more tips to give you. Also, you can watch the previous video in which I give you another 5 tips to get a better grade. Subscribe and activate the little bell so you don't miss the next installment.